There's the Washington Monument.
Hello, everyone. I just recently got back from a trip from Washington, D.C. And if you've already seen the other videos, then you know. But this time, I'm going to show you guys some of the fun sights. So Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States of America. So that meant that I saw where the president lives, I saw where Congress goes in their offices and the Senate, and I saw where the Supreme Court is. I saw the Declaration of Independence, the real one, the one that they wrote. I saw the Constitution. I saw all of this really fun stuff all about the United States, and I'm going to show you guys some videos. But before I do that, I wanted to read you a fun story about Washington, D.C. It is called If You Want a Friend in Washington. All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, wow. This is the White House. I was there. I'll show you a picture later. As the president, you are in charge of the whole of the United States of America, and that's a lot of responsibility. Citizens might not agree with your opinions, ideas, or political party, whether Whig, Federalist, Republican, Democratic, or Independent. Many presidents hoped for a reliable or steadfast friend. President Harry S. Truman once famously said, "If you want a friend in Washington, get a dog." And a dog is what many presidents got. Oh, wow, here are all the dogs that presidents have owned. All right, you ready? These are the Washington's pups. Oh, like their names were Lady, Forester, Drunkard, Mopsy, Chloe, Captain, Taser, Rover, Tripler, Vulcan, Sweet Lips, Tipsy, and Searcher Washington. Oh, wow, they had a lot of dogs, the Washingtons did. Franklin Pierce had a lot of pups. Look, he has 7. All right. Abraham Lincoln had Jip, and then there's Rosie Grant. Oh, here's another Fido Lincoln. Dot Hayes. Here's President Cleveland's dogs. Oh, and his other dogs. Oh, and Major Roosevelt. Dash Harrison. I'm not going to read all of them, but some of them look really fun. There's Tiny Tim Coolidge. Blaze Roosevelt. We also have Lucky Reagan, Heidi Eisenhower, Spot Bush, Beau and Sonny Obama, Buddy Clinton, Shannon Kennedy. Oh, wow, there's a lot of dogs. A lot of presidents have owned dogs. Let's see. Plenty of presidents found a friend in Fido. Abraham Lincoln's dog was actually named Fido, which is Latin for trust in or confidence in. But Lincoln thought life in Washington might be too stressful for Fido, so when he was elected, he found Fido a new home with a close friend. Fala, Franklin D. Roosevelt's dog, held the esteemed title of honorary private in the U.S. Army. Wow, that dog was a private in the Army. George H.W. Bush's dog, Millie, wrote a book for the First Lady, Barbara. After Millie passed away, the Bushes showed their gratitude by dedicating a dog park to her in Houston, Texas, affectionately named it the Millie Bush Bark Park. That's fun. Barack Obama's dogs, Beau, did not write a book for his owner, but there were plush toys created for him, and so everyone could snuggle with Beau. President Truman didn't follow his own advice. When a supporter from Missouri sent him a Cocker Spaniel named Feller, he quickly gave him away. Maybe a dog was not the kind of friend he had in mind. If you want a friend in Washington, maybe you should get a cat. And a cat is what many presidents got. Oh, look, those are tigers. A president had a tiger? Oh, the first Siamese cat in America was owned by President Hayes. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a lot of different cats. I like it. All right, let's read about some of the cats. The first cats to take residency in the White House belonged to President Lincoln. He loved to rescue strays. Legend has it he liked talking to them. There are many Siamese cats in the White House. The first to arrive, Siam, was a gift from the American diplomat of Bangkok, Thailand, to President Rutherford B. Hayes. President Bill Clinton's cat, Socks, enjoyed perching on its owner's shoulders. Socks also did important therapy work, visiting students and senior citizens. You might think that when you're president, you can keep whatever kind of cat you want. Nope. The Sultan of Oman sent President Martin Van Buren 2 tiger cubs. And just as Van Buren was preparing for the tiger's arrival, Congress stepped in. The tigers were confiscated and sent to a zoo. If you want a friend in Washington, maybe you should be a little bit more practical pet, like a horse. And a horse is what many presidents got. Oh, wow, there's a lot of horses. Let's see. That one's called Macaroni Kennedy. President Kennedy's horse was named Macaroni. That's funny. Oh, that's a leprechaun one, too. Leprechaun the horse. There we go. A lot of them had horses. All right, let's see. George Washington, our nation's first president, had very bad teeth. He went through many sets of dentures. Washington did not want his horse to suffer the same misfortune. As a result, he had a fastidious toothbrushing regimen for all of his horses. Oh, look, he's got a big toothbrush for the horses. Before cars, horses were not just loyal companions, but also a mode of transportation. John Adams, the second president and the first to live in the White House, had extravagant taste and built 12 stalls for his horses and their fancy carriages. When Adams did not win re-election, he left his horses and carriages to the incoming president, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson did not agree with Adams' politics or with his taste. First lady, which is the wife of the president, Jackie Kennedy's horse, Sardar, along with pony friends Text and Macaroni, found themselves in the middle of a scandal when protesters revolted against their wardrobe, or lack thereof. No saddles and shoes? They were completely nude! The horses, of course, did not care whether they had clothes or not. If you want a friend in Washington, maybe you should choose a pet that doesn't require clothing, like a farm animal. And farm animals is what many presidents got. Let's see. Oh, there's goats and sheep and roosters and a cow. This I think it's a donkey. It's called Ebenezer Coolidge. Old Whiskers Harrison. Oh, wow. Some cows and sheep. Let's see. President Woodrow Wilson put his pets to work to help the country during World War I. His flock of sheep nibbled at the White House grounds, keeping the lawn tidy so gardeners could join the war effort. President William Howard Taft enjoyed fresh milk. A senator from Wisconsin thought of a perfect gift for him, a cow. Her name was Pauline Wayne, but fans called her Miss Wayne. The bovine became very well known and even toured the country. One of her stops was the International Dairymen's Expo in Milwaukee. People were so eager to try Miss Wayne's milk that once, when the agriculturalist spotted her grazing on the White House lawn, he decided to hop the fence and take a taste. If you want a friend in Washington, maybe you should get a bigger animal, one you can't sneak up on. Oh, let's see. And a bigger animal is what many presidents got. Oh my goodness. A president had an alligator, bears, elephants, a zebra, a hippo. Oh my goodness, look at all those crazy animals. All right, let's read about them. What do you give a president who has everything? An alligator? Legend has it that Revolutionary War hero, the Marquis de Lafayette, thought President John Quincy Adams might like. It is said that Adams kept the alligator in the bathroom and would show it off to his guests. What would you do if you went to the bathroom and there was an alligator in the bathtub? Oh my goodness. President Calvin Coolidge was given a pygmy hippo by businessman Harvey Samuel Firestone. Billy, as the hippo was named, was immediately donated to the National Zoo. He became a star exhibit at the 1939 World's Fair, and his descendants can be found in zoos across America. The prize for biggest pet goes to the herd of elephants, a gift from the King of Siam to President James Buchanan. The only problem, the elephants never arrived. When Abraham Lincoln, the next president, got word that the pachyderm parcel was en route, he politely declined the shipment and sent them back. If you want a friend in Washington, maybe you should get a smaller pet, like a bird. Bird is what many presidents had. Oh, look at all the birds. That turkey's name is Jack Lincoln. That's funny. Look at all the birds that have been in the White House. Mockingbirds are one of the most popular fowl to grace the White House. President Thomas Jefferson had a few of these beautiful birds, but his favorite was called Dick. Dick was a free range of the president's office, and Jefferson enjoyed harmonizing with his bird on the violin. President Abraham Lincoln signed an official proclamation to set aside the last Thursday in November as the day of Thanksgiving and praise. In honor of the new holiday, someone sent Lincoln a turkey. Lincoln's son Tad took a liking to it, and he named the bird Jack and taught it to follow him around. One day, Tad and Jack interrupted a meeting to beg his father to save his new friend from becoming a holiday dinner. Jack was the first turkey to be pardoned, beginning a Thanksgiving tradition that continues today. I read a story about that. You can go back and listen to that Thanksgiving story. President Andrew Jackson owned an African gray parrot named Pole, that had a filthy mouth. The president and Pole went everywhere together. Oh no, he's saying bad words, and the missus is saying, oh my word. Unfortunately, Pole outlived Jackson and attended his own owner's funeral, and he had a few hundred things to say. If you want to be a friend in Washington, maybe you should get a quieter, smaller critter. A quieter critter is what many presidents got. Oh, look, there's silkworms, rabbits, raccoons, fish, hamsters. Ooh, a lizard. Those are some pets that presidents have had. The President Theodore Roosevelt had critters big and small. We read a story about Theodore Roosevelt, too, when he created Yosemite Park. So we know that he really liked animals, so that makes sense. Some of his family's favorites were 5 guinea pigs. The president named them after people he admired, including Admiral Dewey, Roosevelt's horse-riding companion, and highest-ranking officer in the Navy. All right, so we have Admiral Dewey, Dr. Johnson, Bishop Doane, Fighting Bob Evans, and Father O'Grady as his guinea pigs' names. The Roosevelts also had a couple of flying squirrels. Their names have been lost to history. They owned flying squirrels. Oh my goodness. But they were known to hide in the Roosevelt's children's pockets waiting for lumps of sugar. What'd you do if one of your friends had a flying squirrel in their pocket? Oh my goodness. First Lady Louisa Adams, the wife of John Quincy Adams, found life very difficult at the White House, but she sought comfort in some companions, silkworms that she kept on mulberry trees. She harvested their silk and spun it into fabric that she used in her sewing projects. She owns silkworms. That's cool. Almost every president to call the White House home has found companionship and comfort in a pet. Andrew Johnson was one of the few exceptions. Even though Johnson didn't officially have a pet, one day some mice wandered into his bedroom. The mice arrived while Johnson awaited charges of impeachment. He fed them flour from his family's mill, addressing them as little fellows. Watching their antics surely brought him peace and comfort during that uncertain time. After all, even when you're leaving Washington, a friend is wholesome. Or welcome. Look, the mice are helping him move his stuff. Here we go. Alright, there's more about presidents and their pets, but it's a lot. But if you want to get this book from the library, I'm sure that you could find a lot more and look at all the pictures and look at all the names of all of the different pets. It's called If You Want a Friend in Washington. So me and my friends went to Washington and we got to see where the president lives, and it was really cool. So now I want to show you guys some video footage and I'll tell you all about it right now. Hi friends. Behind me is the Capitol building, the capital of the United States, where we're walking towards the Library of Congress. Let's go check it out. There's all the books. So the Library of Congress had all the books inside the room we couldn't go in, but they also had this one on display. This is a Gutenberg Bible, and it is one of the first Bibles ever printed on a printing press. It is really old, so it was behind glass. And then we got to go up on the balcony, and we could see all of the books in the balcony too. They wouldn't let us in the room though, because we did not have a library card. So next time I go, I'll have to just get a library card, and we'll have a good time. There's a dog barking in the background, so sorry. Then we took a picture with the Library of Congress. It was so pretty in there. And another thing they had on display was the very first Spider-Man comic book. It was at the Library of Congress. Hi friends, we're in the National Archive and we just saw the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. So the real ones, like from 1776 and 1790. Yeah. It's really dark in here because they have to protect the paper because it's so old. All right, here, I'll give you a big sweep of the room again.
And then we'll
Got
just
the
go to
Declaration of Independence painting, and we think that's the Bill of Rights. There it is. This is the real Declaration of Independence, and the first one, and this is the Constitution, is really big paper, and the Bill of Rights too. The first 10 amendments of the Constitution, and then the 1297 Magna Carta. This is a really old piece of paper too. Who are we seeing, Brizette?
Abe Lincoln.
Let's see. Here he is. Washington, D.C. was full of statues, and we visited the Lincoln Memorial and saw President Lincoln's big statue. And we also saw a few different president statues along the way, but I didn't get any pictures of them. And there's us with the Capitol building.
What does that mean?
Say hi.
Hi!
Say hi.
It's my birthday!
Say hi, B.
Hi.
And we finished our trip with a trip to the White House where the president lives. All right, see you guys next time.